Hello everyone, welcome to the Learn With Me series, and today we'll be learning about furthermore on JMeter series. Let's just start with the building an LDAP test plan. As you can see in the screen, building and test LDAP test plan. In this section, you will learn how to create a basic test plan to test the LDAP server. And so let's research about the LDAP servers. So that we can further dive into these topics for JMeter. It could possibly use this as an example. Test LDAP server. So let me copy this. So this is, here you can see the full form of the LDAP, lightweight directory access protocol, which is widely used to build central authentication servers. These servers contain username and password for all the users within a network. That means anyone who working inside the network, within a network, need password and username and password to access the network. And in all application and service can connect to the LDAP servers to authenticate and authorize the service. Alright, so it simply means a server that needs our application services that the user need to log in by username and password to connect and enter. So let's go more into it. LDAP is a standard protocol designed to maintain and access directory services within a network. Think of a directory services as a phone book, alright, for different network resources like files, printers, users, devices, and servers. For example, an organized mesh information for all their printers in a directory. LDAP can enable user to search for a specific printer. LDAP can enable, let's say this can be used as indexing to search the specific under which is stored under a certain topic. LDAP can enable users to search for a specific printer located on a network and securely connect to it. LDAP is widely used to build central authentication servers. LDAP authentication these servers contain user and password for all the users. Alright, how does the LDAP directory typically contains data that is regularly accessed but rarely changed? LDAP is designed to deliver exceptionally fast read performance even for larger datasets. However, the write performance is significantly lower. Read performance. Alright, LDAP. LDAP is more focused, that has high efficiency on read performance. So even for larger datasets. However, write performance is significantly lower. How does LDAP work? So is LDAP stands for lightweight directory access protocol. Am I correct? Exactly. How does LDAP work? To connect to a LDAP sub directory, a user must have a LDAP client. To connect to a LDAP directory, a user must have an LDAP client installed into their on the device. Here's how a typical LDAP workflow looks like. Using the client, the user establishes using a client. Okay, let's say using a LDAP client, it will be more clear. Using the LDAP client, the user establishes a secure connection within the LDAP directory. They send a search query to the directory for a specific printer. Alright, the LDAP directory authenticates the user. Okay. The search operation is performed within the directory and the address of the requested printer is returned. The secure connection to the LDPA directory is closed. Let me read the line 4 again. The search operation is performed within the directory and the address of the requested printer is returned. Once the address is returned, the secure LDAP directory is closed. The user connects to the printer. Okay. Directory inside a directory, it looks. Authentication looks. Okay. So from that we get basic overview of LDAP. Simply, this is a server that has more efficiency in the read operation, even for the larger datasets, instead for write operations. So it can be termed or called as a directory or the process of indexing that a user logged in inside the LDAP servers after entering valid username and password, and then it can get the value using the search or indexing. That was all about the LDAP server basic overview. Let's go further. You'll create the 4 users. They send request for 4 tests on LDAP users. 4 servers, 4 tests, and that is done in 4 times. That is 4 users multiply 4 requests, repeat in 4 times, and 64 LDAP requests. To construct the test plan, you'll use the following elements. Obviously, test plan. Inside test plan, there is a thread group. Inside thread group, there is LDAP request. At first, there is the LDAP request defaults and the obviously listener. Under listener, there is view results and table to print out the results. Adding users. First is you want to know do everything is to add the thread group. Yes. And the number of the users you want to simulate, how often the user should be send requests and how many requests they should send. Go ahead and clicking. You right motion. Okay, that was all about the adding the thread group, adding the login config element. Begin by selecting the LDAP users. On the thread group, the name is LDAP users. Yes, and under login config element, begin by selecting LDAP users element. Click your right mouse button to get an add menu, and then select add config element, login config element. Then select the new element to see which view panel. Like most of the JMeter elements, login config elements control panel has a name field that you can modify. Okay, this name field can be modified as this statement means. In this example, leave this field with the default value. We need to enter username, LDAP username and password. The values will be used by the LDAP request. Adding the LDAP request defaults. That server name can be used as the base URL, and you can define the port and DN2. Enter DN field to your LDAP root distinguished name. Yes, distinguished name in LDAP server. The port and the values are default for the LDAP request. Any LDAP request. In our test plan, we need to make 4 LDAP requests: inbuilt add test, inbuilt search test, inbuilt modify test, and inbuilt add, search, modify, and delete. JMeter sends requests in the order that you can add them in the tree. Start by adding the first LDAP request. Okay, first is the LDAP. Add sampler and LDAP request. Then select the LDAP request element in the tree and edit the following properties. Rename to add this element. Select the add test radio button in the test configuration group. Yep. First request has been renamed, and you can say the other test configuration add test. Specified, yes, I already specified those in login config element and LDAP request defaults. Next, add the second LDAP request and edit the following properties. Next, add the second LDAP request and edit the following properties. Search. What does it does? Configuration is it is edit. That's why it test configuration add test. It is search and configuration is search. And the next is modify, and configuration is done is modify test, and it's delete, and then delete test. Adding a response assertion. You can add a response assertion element. This element will check the received response data by verifying if the response text is successful. Select this position in the tree. The response assertion will be executed for each LDAP request. Select text response. Main sound applies to main sample only, and response field to test text response and what the response are you taking. Pattern matching rules substring, and what response are you taking is successful, and there is no successful pattern to test the field. Yes, we are validating the successful string. Yes, we can add view result tree in view result in table or listener by add right clicking on the thread LDAP users and clicking on listeners and clicking on view results in table. Yep. After running the test with Control R, the results can be viewed on view results in table, and you can see the responses over here. So that was all about building a LDAP test plan according to this documentation. So further in coming sessions we'll be practically doing those requests and our JMeter scripts, and we'll be further learning about that. So here in this section there comes the topic building and extend the LDAP test plan. We'll be going through this. So let me check my streaming. Yep, good going. Okay, thank you, brother. Lightweight direct access protocol. Yep, LDAP, definitely. That means lightweight direct access protocol. Okay, so further let's go through the building an extended LDAP test plan. In this section, you will learn how to create a basic test plan to test an LDAP server. An extended LDAP sampler is highly configurable. This means that it takes some time to build a correct test plan. You can, however, tune it exactly to your needs. Let me repeat again this line. Is the extended LDAP is highly configurable, alright? This also means that it takes some time to build a correct test plan. You can, however, tune it exactly as your needs. Okay. You will create one user that sends requests for 9 tests. You will create one user that send requests for 9 tests on the LDAP servers. Also, you will tell the users to run their test on time. So, total number of the request is one user, 9 requests. I repeat one times the 9 LDAP requests. To construct the test plan, you will use the following elements. Definitely, first thing that we're needing is thread group and adding the extended default reverse, adding LDAP requests, and adding a listener to view restore the test results. This example assumes that the LDAP server is available at for the less experienced user. I'll build the simple okay, that was all. Let's go through adding the users. The first step you need to do with every JMeter test plan is to add a thread group element. The thread group tells JMeter the number of users you want to simulate, how often the user should send requests, and how many requests they should send. Okay, that was all about the thread group that we already knew. Let's scroll down. Extended. Okay, so under config, let's add extended LDAP extended default result and try to figure out the difference between the LDAP default request defaults and LDAP extended request defaults. Then select this new element to view its control panel. Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extended request defaults control. New element to view its control panel. Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend. Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend. That was okay. Queries of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend. Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override the defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request. Okay. Queries of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Extended request. For each request, you can override. Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend. Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override the test will fail defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request. Okay. Queries of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Simple, small test plan. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can overwrite it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler. Okay. The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can overwrite it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler. Okay. The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can overwrite it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler. Okay. The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can overwrite it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler. Okay. The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can overwrite it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler. Okay. The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases. Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can overwrite it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler.
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler.
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler.
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler.
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler.
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended request sampler.
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP extended
The praise of the different operations. Some default value can be filled in all cases.
Simple, small text file. So we will explain all the different ways with which you can override.
Like most JMeter elements, LDAP extend.
Use for LDAP extended request. For each request, you can override it. The default, the test will fail. Defaults by filling in the values in the LDAP